Hey, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy, J. King Hefner and the beautiful Cali Sun coming back at y'all again on a Sunday, and you already know what that means. It's time for us to reset our minds, reset our bodies, and reset our spirits. And today's topic is pour out the poison. Pour out the poison. What do I mean by that? As humans, on a day-to-day basis, man, we tend to absorb all type of negative things, poisonous things, and we don't even realize it. We end up absorbing anger, frustration, guilt, all these type of things, man, on a day-to-day basis. And we don't realize they're sticking to us. We don't realize it. And that type of thing keeps you from achieving your dreams, keep you from operating at your full potential, keep you from treating people the right way, keep you from just finding the joy in your day-to-day life, man. I know people who've been holding on to hurts, pains for 50, 60 damn years, you know? And it's easy for me or anybody else to say, get over it. Some of these things are hard to get over, but you know what you can do? You can get past them. You can get past them. And what you have to do is release all of this poison. Pour out the poison that's in your heart. You know, just think about it. On a day-to-day basis, we're not even operating at 100% most of the time, because 20% of your heart is the positive part, and you don't realize that you're dragging around 80% of the negativity, the frustrations, the angers, the guilt, the unforgiveness. Those things that keep you from being your very, very, very best. Keep you from feeling your very, very, very best. And I didn't even know this happened to me. I didn't even know I was going through this until recently. It was a few months ago, probably about 5 or 6 months ago. I thought I was already the happiest I could be because I had my girls, man. I'm like, yeah, I'm super happy, yeah. And I ended up running across this message that I'm telling you guys today, this lesson that I'm telling you guys today about emptying out the negative. And what happened was, I was praying one day, and I was telling God, you know what, God? I'm worthy of blessings. You know, all my past mistakes doesn't matter. I'm worthy of blessings, Lord. I'm worthy of you being good to me. And you know what happened? I started getting a big weight lifting off of my chest that I didn't know was there. I began to get lighter and lighter in my whole body. Because you know what I realized? Over the years, I've been praying to God and praying to God. And one of the main things that I do is keep asking for forgiveness for the same sins that I did years ago. I didn't realize how much guilt I was carrying around. And the thing is, when you're in faith, when you do believe in God, you're not supposed to have the guilt. You know why? Because God has forgiven you of all your sins once you ask Him to forgive you. He doesn't even remember these things anymore. So all these years, I was constantly going back to God, asking Him for forgiveness for old sins. He was looking at me like I was crazy, saying, what are you talking about? I already forgot those things. Don't you remember? That's why I died on the cross. I died on the cross so all of your sins can be forgiven. Now that doesn't mean we can just go out here and live recklessly because we know we'll be forgiven. No, because like I said, God can see your heart. But what I had forgot was the biggest key to the whole reason I believe is because I can make a mistake and know that God will still pat me on my back, will still reach out His hand to pick me up off of my knees. You know, because I'm forgiven. Because He doesn't expect me to be perfect like His Son Jesus. He expects me to make mistakes. The only thing He wants me to do is come to ask Him for forgiveness. And, you know, carrying all that guilt around, it was overwhelming to me. Since that day, I have been so much more free in my mind, my body, my spirit. And I just think about all my friends, man, who speak all these negative things every day. And I was just doing all of that yesterday. You know, it wasn't too long ago where I was speaking negative over my life, where I was dredging up all the negative things that I've done and beating myself over the head, you know, feeling like I was unworthy. I didn't know it was underneath, but it was. And you know, We got to release things, man. We got to forgive people. We got to forget our past, things that have happened years and years ago, or things that even happened yesterday. Man, I remember this one girl. She did me so wrong. She reported at one of my jobs that I did something that I did not do. I did not do. And you know what? They were going to get some of my other friends in trouble. So I had a choice where I could actually take the hit or have some of my friends be fired. Well, I took the hit. I did take the hit. And you know what? After that incident, I was so upset. I was so upset at that girl. And it was out of my character and out of my spirit, but I stopped speaking to her at all. Didn't want to say anything to her. Hey, guess what? Don't say nothing to me, I won't say nothing to you. But as the days went on, I kept feeling worse and worse. Because you know why? When I wasn't forgiving her in my heart, it was turning into poison. It was getting me sick. It was turning me from who I normally was. And one day I walked in there and I said, you know what? I have to forgive this girl. You know, she ain't got to be my best friend, but I got to forgive her in my heart. And when I forgave her, do you know what happened? It released the poison out of me. And that's what you have to do. Man, you have to forgive these people. You don't got to forget, but just forgive them. Let the poison release out of your heart so you can be all that you were created to be. Sometimes we see these depressions and we see these wrong things that have happened to us over time, and we hold on to them. Because it feels good and it's easy to hold on to the negative. It's easy to throw a pity party for yourself. I've thrown 1,000,000 of them. It's so easy, but it's harder to let it go. But you know what? It may be harder, but it is worth it. You don't want depression and upset and anger and frustration to be your confidant. You know, yeah, it feels good to dredge up those old frustrations. It feels good to be mad at those people. They did me wrong. They talked about me. They said I look like this, and they said I look like that, and they didn't accept me here, and they didn't accept me there. Guess what? You justified. They shouldn't have did it. You exactly right. They did you wrong, and it was not fair. But you know what? You're not hurting them by staying mad. A lot of the people you mad at might not even be on this earth anymore. The only person that's hurting is you. The only person that's keeping down is you. The only person that's weighing down is you. You can't achieve your dreams. It's not because you're not talented. It's not because you don't have the favor of God. It's because you won't release your favor because you're stuck in the past. Being mad at somebody who ain't even thinking about you anymore. Get over it. Get past it. Like I said, maybe not get over it, but get past it. Let it go. You know what? Forgive them in your spirit. Pour out the poison. Operate at 100%, not 20%. God got your dreams right out in front of you. He got your paradise right out in front of you. He got the next best thing to prepare your life to a level you've never seen before right out in front of you. You know, I'm going to be honest with you. It's dreams that God put in my heart over this past year. I was always reaching for dreams, but this year he put dreams, he put aspirations, he put all type of goals in my heart. And I couldn't really start to see them all start coming alive until that day, man. It was that day that I got on my knees and I was just praying and I said, Lord, I'm worthy of your blessings. And all that guilt that I was holding on to just started coming out of me. And it started making room for God to put blessings in there. I mean, things you prayed for could be right outside of your doorstep. The angels have them in their hand. But they turn around to God and say, well, God, I have his gifts. They're right here. But I can't put them in his heart because there's no room. He's got too much frustration, anger, regret, guilt. If he would just release some of that, I could give him what he prayed for. And that's what I'm trying to tell you, man. Everything you prayed for, everything you hoping for, is right there. The only reason you haven't gotten it, because you haven't learned how to let go. Move past the hurt feelings. Forgive those who've done you wrong. Not for their sake, but for your sake. And I promise you, I love you guys out there today. I wish you well, and I know it's so much that you can achieve. And believe me, I'm learning with you. I'm learning with you. It's a daily battle. You can't listen to me today and say, yeah, I'm good now. Now I empty out the negative. No, man. You gotta listen to something positive every day. Every morning you wake up, you have to empty out the negative from the previous day. It is a battle, believe me. But you'll start getting used to it just like I do. Every morning I wake up, Lord, I release everything negative that happened to me yesterday. I release all the negative thoughts that I had yesterday. And that's how you move forward and operate at 100% of your capabilities. Pour out the poison. So, with all that said, we're going to read a declaration before I let you guys go. So hold on. Okay, guys, your declaration for today is, I declare unexpected blessings are coming your way. You will move forward from barely making it to having more than enough. God will open up supernatural doors for you. He will speak to the right people about you. You will see Ephesians 3:20, exceedingly, abundantly, above and beyond favor and increase in your life. This is your declaration. So, with all that said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's message. We're getting ready for a great week. Had some great shows, great topics to discuss. But remember, on a daily basis, pour out the poison. With all that said, please hit those subscriptions and notifications. But for right now, J-Dog King Hefner and the beautiful Cali Sun, we are out.